Our top story check today takes us to Puerto Rico, where twin writers presented their second children's book called My Family is from Puerto Rico. The bilingual children's book is dedicated to the Puerto Ricans living among the U.S. Our Francis Felix reports.
My family is from Puerto Rico, an island in the Caribbean Sea where the sky is so blue and the bright sun always welcomes us. This is an extract from the book My Family is from Puerto Rico, written by twin sisters born and raised in Yabucoa, a town in the southeast corner of the island. Joan and Carol are two Puerto Rican twin sisters from Yabucoa, Puerto Rico. In their literary works, they use the pseudonyms Nana and Nina. Joan is a mechanical engineer based in Tennessee, and Carol studied international trade and lives in Humacao. This is their second publication, and it is a bilingual illustrated book based on the stories of their family. A recount is made of all the things they have learned through their parents about Puerto Rico and how they recognize them when they visit the island.
We wanted to highlight the importance of preserving the Puerto Rican history with the families of the diaspora. It is a book that is written in Spanish and in English in a text that is in both languages on the same page. That is something that distinguished the Nana and Nina children's book. And we decided to do it because for us, my sister lives in the diaspora, and it was a book that we had a manuscript a few years back. But when we started having our children, that's when this story became, it had a purpose, because we knew that our children and their children needed to find to have that historic meaning.
The cover of the book was inspired by their favorite view of their born and raised hometown, Yabucoa.
This is an actual picture of my grandparents' view from their house. This is the valley from Yabucoa. We gave this picture to our illustrator, Angela Flecha, and she decided, to make it her own, and took a few details when we talk about our stay in our grandparents' house. This is our favorite view.
This book portrays Puerto Rican traditions that most Boricuas living in the diaspora experience in their youth. It's written in both languages, making it enjoyable to all the members of the family.
Also, we decided to highlight some of keywords in English and in Spanish so that the kids, when they learn, they, start learning some vocabulary in the both languages while they're having fun reading it. Wanted to portray here is that nostalgic feeling when those families first come to meet their relatives in Puerto Rico that they don't know, maybe their children don't know about them. So that first feeling when they come to the island to meet the family.
The authentic food, the son of the cookie, the flag, among others, are part of the narrative of this children's book. So where people and parents can find this book for their children?
Well, it's available right now through Amazon. You can look it up under the title, Mi Familia es de Puerto Rico. You can find it also on our webpage, mundonananina.com. There is also a couple that are available on other libraries throughout the island, in San Juan, in Casa Norberto, and here in the Libreria Books Around the Corner in Bayamón.
Nana and Nina, the authors of the book, are an example of progressive women that found a way through the art to spread our heritage and culture. From Bayamón, Puerto Rico, Frances Felix reporting.
All right, a very neat book there. Thanks so much, Francis. In the meantime, Jamaica's broadcasting regulator has banned music and TV broadcasts deemed to glorify or promote criminal activity, violence, drug use, scamming, and weapons. Jamaica has banned this, and the government said the ban is meant to cut back on material that could give the wrong impression that criminal acts are an accepted feature of Jamaican culture and society. Some Jamaican artists have criticized the measure, saying it cuts populations affected by heightened gun violence out of the conversation. and that it will do little to stop crime. DJ Carol Brown, known as DJ Lollipop, is already complying to the new regulations at his radio station, but he thinks it is a pointless effort.
I'm totally in agreement with that, but the managing director and also the radio station, them have a role to play, and they are under the ruling of the Broadcasting Commission, so they're governed by that, so they have to go with it. But the disc jockeys, they are going to voice their concern, because really and truly banning certain songs, certain chopper music and certain violent music from the radio doesn't do nothing at all for crime. It don't curb crime in no way, because you still have the YouTube and radio you're hearing the clean version, and on YouTube them get it raw. So, and when you go out there in the street, you hear these songs playing in buses and taxis and in the dance. So it don't really make a big difference banning it. It don't do nothing for crime.
Well, meantime, as Jamaican rap continues to be played in parties and bars, and some older generations of musicians support the band, popular artists like Cat Core of the Third World Band believes that the lyrics to some of the music has a strong influence in the way people think and behave.
Music. People talk about music. It's not music. What it is a poetry. Music is, music is a craft. Music is something that you get good at by practicing and by... I can sit here, myself and Tony can sit here and play drum and guitar for 1 hour and we don't say one word. That is the music. What is causing the problem is the lyrics. It's not the music, it's the lyrics that is causing the problem. So this is where I think people need to take care. I don't think the Broadcasting Commission needs to go overboard here, but they do have a point. They have a point.
Now the ban comes after years of struggle by the Caribbean nation to halt high levels of gun violence, which caused Jamaica to have the highest murder rate in Latin America and the Caribbean last year. That's according to Research Crime Center Insight. Well, meantime, after 55 years, November 30th will no longer be known as Independence Day in Barbados. Instead, it is to be called Barbados National Day to incorporate celebrations for the anniversary of the country becoming a republic. That surprise announcement came from the Minister of Home Affairs, Wilfred Abrahams, on Tuesday as Barbadians entered Independence Month and prepared to celebrate the 56th anniversary of independence from Britain, which coincides with the first anniversary of the country transitioning to a republic. This disclosure came just over a year after Prime Minister Mia Mottley declared a national address that the move to Republican status would not result in any change to the name of Independence Day.
The Cabinet of Barbados took the decision to henceforth observe November 30th as Barbados National Day, commemorating our independence from Britain in 1966 and our transition to parliamentary republic in 2021. Indeed, the national events on November 30th will culminate with an entire month of celebration comprising sporting activities, cultural and heritage-inspired activities, including the lighting ceremony which takes place this afternoon. The second humanitarian awards ceremony on November 20th, road tennis as well as other sporting competitions, NIFCA events are back in full flight, and the Spirit of the Nation pageant, as well as some new events and new activities which will be publicized and promoted with an official calendar of Barbados National Day events coming out later this week.
Well, switching gears now, Border Patrol officials say there has been a nearly 300% increase in migrants arriving by boat to Florida. In October of 2021, there were 14 landings, but in October of this year, there were 54 landings involving 850 migrants. Over recent months, officials have seen a rising number of refugees, primarily Haitians and Cubans, traveling on these makeshift boats. Cubans intercepted on their way to Florida say they are fleeing worsening economic and political conditions.